Congratulations on the loss, but you've played a lot in Asia in the last 2 years or so, and it's been a mixed bag of results. So if you have to highlight a few takeaways and lessons learned, what would those be?
Yeah, it's obviously it's a challenging place to come, Asia, when the uh, you are faced with spinning conditions. In particular, for the batsmen, when you're faced with high quality bowlers who know how to bowl and have grown up bowling on these types of surfaces. The difference between these two games, was how um, I thought the understanding of how to bowl in these conditions for the Pakistan spinners showed. But that's not taking anything away from how our spinners have played this series. I think they've done a fantastic job to take the wickets that they've done, but also Shoaib in particular. I said to him the other day, I said, you're getting to learn on the job here. You're getting to learn about yourself as a bowler whilst you're in a test match. You're being able to work out how to bowl in different conditions at different phases of the game, and how exciting and how good is that? He's absolutely loved it, and the way in which Rayan came on and affected the game yesterday in particular as well was great. Two very talented, exciting talents have been on show this tour for us. They would have obviously liked to have been on the other side of the series with walking away as winners. But look, I'm very optimistic personally. I always try and take positives as much as I can away from every series, whether it's good or bad. So yeah, um, Pakistan played very well.
Ben, even though conditions here are very different to what you're going to face over the next 2 years, what do you take forward from this tour as areas of improvement? Is it simply doing good things for longer, or is it more specific than that?
Yeah, I mean that's a great way to put it. Is doing the good things for longer. As I said, we did it in very small amounts of times at certain points throughout the second game and this game. But when you don't sustain that, and you're always going to start falling away. We're always looking how can we best put pressure back onto the opposition when we've got the bat in the hands. That doesn't always come in, the sort of the huge scoring options. Even just staying at the crease. Jamie Smith, I think that first innings here was a great example of that. Him just being there was putting so much pressure onto the Pakistan bowling unit, and then when him and Gus got that partnership going, you could see that those two sensors, this is the time now to really start putting the back onto them. So, again, that was a highlighting that as a point of us doing really good things. But when you don't do it for long enough, you're not going to be able to give yourself the best chance of winning.
Ollie Pope hasn't got the runs he would have liked to on this tour. He's done some really selfless things for this team recently, stepping up as captain, stepping up to open when Ben was injured. We know he can play match-winning innings. What do you do now? Do you need to get around him and support him? Do you leave him alone? How do you deal with that?
Yeah, look, I think that's selfless is a great word, and everyone is selfless in that dressing room. Team sport is about being selfless, about putting the team before you, and always putting into the pot. As a batsman, as a bowler, you're sometimes going to get the rewards. Some days you're not going to get the rewards, but on those days you don't, there's one of your teammates who are reaping the rewards. And that's the great thing about team sport, is that whenever you feel like you're disappointed within yourself, that you've not contributed how you would like to, you've got someone else's success to celebrate. And there has been some moments where we celebrated some very special individual performances, and just bearing in mind that we've celebrated a lot of Popey's individual brilliance over the last couple of years as well. Everyone goes through highs and lows. I've played a lot of cricket, I know that, but I've got a hell of a lot of experience to fall back on. So yeah, we're obviously all leaving here disappointed, because we'd always like to leave wherever we go with a series win.
Were you hampered by your own fitness issues at all? Are you able to put up a sort of percentage on how close you are to being absolutely 100%?
No, not in terms of on-field stuff. No, not at all. I've worked very, very hard to get back in for that second test. If anything, it's felt like a very long tour, because this tour for me has been coming out here to try and get fit for the first test, not fit for that, get fit for the second test, played that, and then straight into the third. So it's been it's been a tour of not many days off to get ready to go. But in terms of on-field fitness, no. But when it came to my skill of bowling this game, you know, I just didn't feel like you know, my bowling was going to be anywhere near as threatening as the options we had with spin and with Gus, because you know, Gus only bowled 11 overs, and he came in and made the impact that we thought he would, in particular with that wicket. But yeah, in terms of my fitness with me not bowling, that's got nothing to do with it.
Just to clarify, you say the on-field fitness. What does that mean compared to off-field fitness?
Well, I played cricket on the field.
Yeah, I wondered whether you meant that you hadn't maybe had the chance to practice a net as much as you would have liked in normal circumstances.
No, you guys come down and watch us train, right?
Yeah, I just wondered what you meant. Thank you.
The pitches in the last couple of games and the unconventional way they've been prepared will be a talking point. How did you feel about the pitch for this game? How did you feel it played?
Oh, look, I've been asked already, do I have any complaints about the wicket and the second test? Absolutely not. You know, I feel that's, you know, playing in your home conditions, you want to give yourself the best chance of bringing yourselves into the game more. And that's what Pakistan felt like they needed to do to give themselves a chance of winning. So absolutely no complaints whatsoever. You know, they used their home conditions in their favour. And to be honest, this wicket did the same from ball one pretty much. It's not like it got worse and worse and worse. Just in this game in particular, that, you know, Pakistan just played better cricket for longer periods of time than what we did.
Pakistan are coming to England for a test series in a year and a half or so. Would you be tempted to add a little spice to the surfaces we prepare to maximise England's chances there?
Well, like counteract it. Yeah. No, look, we're always trying to, you know, we speak with our groundsmen a lot, regardless of who we play against. And for us, it's trying to produce wickets that, you know, have got pace and carry in it, not only for our bowlers, but also for our batsmen. You know, so that's what we try not to do.